Three Questions by Leo Tolstoy. Leo Tolstoy, full name is Count Lev Nikolaevich Tolstoy. He is usually referred in English as Leo Tolstoy, is a Russian writer who is regarded as one of the greatest authors of his time. He was born on 9 September 1828, Yashny Polyana, Russia. He died on 20th November 1910, Lev Tolstoy, Russia. He had written many short stories, The Death of Ivan Ivanich, After the Ball, The Prisoner of the Caucasus, and more. His writings had become movies later, like Anna Karenina, Ivan Extet, War and Peace, El Agent, Two Jacks, and more. Three questions. Now, this three question is written by Leo Tolstoy. This is something about a question which is being asked by the king to his subjects. The thought came to a certain king that he would never fail if he knew three questions. These three things were: what is the right time to begin something? Which people should he listen to? And what is the most important thing for him to do? So this was a three question he wanted to know. What is the right time to begin something? What is the right time to begin something? And which people should he listen to? And what is the most important thing for him to do? So these were the important things he wanted to know from his subjects. The king therefore sent messengers throughout his kingdom, promising a large sum of money to anyone who would answer these three questions. So the king asked his subject, if you are going to answer these questions, he will be giving a large sum of money. So many wise men came to the king, but they all answered his questions differently. So the many wise men came to him, but they had a different answer to what he was wanting to. So he was not getting the right answer from all these people. In reply to the first question, some said the king must prepare a timetable. Many of them said that you should prepare a timetable and then follow it strictly. Only in this way you can get the answer to the question. Only in this way, they said, could he do everything at its proper time. Others said that it was impossible to decide in advance the right time for doing something. So many said that it is impossible to do anything at the right time for doing something. The king should notice all that was going on. Avoid foolish pleasure. So they advised that the king should notice everything and they should avoid foolish pleasures and always do whatever seems necessary at that time. So this advised that he should always do the important thing necessary at that time. So this was something which was being advised by the people. And they all had a different opinion which the king was not satisfied with. Now, many people gave different advices to people, and uh, king found lot of answers to the question. For the first question, what is the right time to begin something? So they said that he should not spend too much time lavishly, and he should notice all that was going on, avoid foolish pleasures, and always do whatever seems necessary at that time. So this is what the people said. Yet others said that the king needed a council of wise men who would help him act at the proper time. So they said that the king should have a council of ministers who will be advising him, and he can get the right type of decisions from him, because a person who is one person can never take a good decision, but a council of ministers can take a good decision. A council of ministers is a group of people who choose to give a advice or to make a rule. This was because one man would find it impossible to decide correctly and without the help from others, and the right time for every action. But then others said that there were some things which could be urgent. So many people also said that there can be anything urgent. At that time, what we have to do, he can't depend on the councillors ministers. At that time, he had to take a necessary action at the right time. For doing something, it is necessary to look into the future, and for that magicians can play a vital role, and they can only give a right decision to the king. So this was the advice given by the different type of peoples who gave him advice. So the king therefore would have to go to a magician. This was the answer the people gave. For the second question, which people should he listen to? For that answer, some said that the people most necessary to the kings were his counselors. So most necessary are the counselors, and others said the priest, and the few others choose the doctors, and yet others said his soldiers were the most necessary. So for many said counselors, and others said priest, and many said doctors. They are the necessary people for the king. So this was the advice given by the people for the second question. For the third question, what is the most important thing for him to do? They said the most important thing can be, some said it can be a science, some said choosing fighting, and some said religious worship. So there were many different advisors to the king. As the answers to the questions were so different, the king was not satisfied and gave no rewards. He gave no rewards, and instead he decided to seek the advice of certain hermits. So he wanted to take an advice of some hermit. Hermit means a person who lives alone and leads a simple life. And for meeting him, he disguised himself. Disguise means he put on an ordinary cloth, and he reached the hermit's hut, and he left his bodyguard on the roadside, and also the horse, and he walked near the hermit's place. Before he reached the hermit's hut, the king left his horse and with his bodyguard and went on alone. As the king came near the hermit's hut, he saw the hermit digging the ground in front of his hut. So this
he greeted the king and continued digging. The hermit was old and weak, and he breathed heavily. So the king saw that the old man was continuously digging and he was breathing heavily. The king went up to the hermit and said, "I have come to you, wise hermit, to ask you the answer 3 questions. How can I learn to do the right thing at the right time? Who are the people I need the most? And what affairs are the most important?" So these are the 3 questions he asked the hermit.
The hermit listened to the king, but he did not speak. He went on digging. "And you are tired," said the king. "Let me take the spade and work in your place." Now he said that, "Let me take the spade and work in your place. You are really seems tired." And affairs here means things, matters, and business. So he is feeling that let him do the work and let the hermit rest. So this is what the king said to the hermit. So next he said, "Thanks," said the hermit, giving the king his spade. Then he sat down on the ground. After thanking the king, he just sat on the ground, and he started relaxing himself as the king started working. When the king had dug 2 beds, he stopped and repeated his question again. Again he started to repeat his question. The hermit gave no answers but stood up, stretching out his hands for the spade, and said, Now you rest and let me work. Now he said that you just rest and let me work. Beds here is small patches of ground for the plant. And but the king did not give him the spade and continued digging. Now the king started digging and he did not give his spade. Now you can see that the king was not listening to the hermit. He just took the spade from him and he started working, and he just wanted the answer from him. 1 hour passed, then another. The sun went down behind the trees, and at last the king struck the spade into the ground and said, I came to you, wise men, for an answer to my question. If you can give me no answer, tell me so, and I will return home. So he just got tired of just doing the thing, and he said to the hermit that if you want to answer, please answer my question, as I came from so far to just take the answer from you. And if you can give me the answer, please give me the answer so that I may just return with the answer and I may be satisfied for what I have come to you. And this was what the king said. And he was really very dejected as the hermit was not answering him the question's answer. And he was tired of doing the work, and he really wanted the hermit to answer something and not make him work continuously. Then the hermit said, Here comes someone running, said the hermit. Now the hermit is saying that here comes someone running. So now the hermit is pointing out that there is someone who is running and coming to the hermit's place. Please hold down and just wait and see what is going to happen. The king turned round and saw a bearded man running towards them. His hands were pressed against his stomach, from which blood was flowing. When he reached the king, he fainted and fell to the ground. The king and the hermit removed the man's cloth and found a large wound in his stomach. Fainted means lost consciousness. The king washed and covered it with his handkerchief, but the blood would not stop flowing. The king redressed the wound until at last the bleeding stopped. Redress means dressed again. So here a man came running and he was oozing with blood, and the king saw this and made him to lie down and redressed his wounds, means dressed again his wounds and made the blood to stop. The man felt better and again for some times to drink. The king brought fresh water and gave it to him. So the man felt better and he just asked something to drink, and king just gave him fresh water. By this time the sun had set and the air was cool, and the king with the hermit's help carried the wounded man into the hut and laid him on the bed. By this time the man felt a little better, so he just with both of them, hermit as well as the king, carried this man to inside the hut on the bed. Man closed his eyes and lay quiet, and the king, tired by his work he had done, lay down on the floor and slept through the night. When he woke, it was several minutes before he could remember. So what happened, as he was tired, as the king was tired from his work, he also just couldn't stand for a long time, and he just got down the floor, and he just by the time he just slept, he just got a sound sleep, and when he woke up several minutes before he could remember where he was or who the stranger bearded man lying on the bed was. So he had to just remember who this particular bearded man was, as he had a great sound sleep, and he had forgotten about him. "Forgive me," said the bearded man in a weak voice, where he saw that the king was awake. "I do not know you, and have nothing to forgive you for," said the king. So what happened is, when this bearded man just woke up, he just started asking sorry from the king, but the king was not able to recall what he had done something wrong or not, and he said that, for what you are asking forgiveness for? "You do not know me, but I know you." So the king, this bearded man said that, "You don't know me, but I know you. I am that enemy of yours who swore revenge on you." So he said that, "I am the enemy who he wanted a revenge on you, and because you put my brother to death and seized my property." Seize means you took by force my property, so I wanted to take revenge from you. "I knew you have gone alone to see that hermit, and I made up my mind to kill you on your way home." So he said that, "I know that you were here to just see the hermit, and I made up my mind to kill you and you on the way home. But the day passed and you did not return, so I left my hiding place, and I came upon your bodyguard, and you recognized me and wounded me, and I escaped from him, but I should have died if you have not dressed my wounds." So he said that, as I had completely planned to make you just to get wounded, and most probably I would have hurted you or I would have killed you, but you escaped, and here when I came here, in this particular place, you just redressed me and made me um, made my wounds to be cured. I wish to kill you, and you have saved my life. So I was the person who wanted to kill you, but you saved my life. Now, if I live, I will serve you as your most faithful servant, and will order my son to do the same. Forgive me. So he said that, if now I am going to live, I will live as a faithful servant for you, and I also order my son to be a faithful servant of yours. So please forgive me for what I have done." The king was very happy to have made peace with his enemy so easily, and to have won him over as a friend. He not only forgave him, but said he would send his servant and his own doctor to look after him, and he promised to give back the man his property. So the king was very happy to make his enemy his friend, and he said that he will return his property, and he will send his servant and doctor to look after him. Leaving the wounded man, the king went out of the hut and looked around for the hermit. Before going away, he wished once more to get answers to his question. The hermit was on his knees sowing seed in the beds that had been dug the day before. The king went up to the hermit and said, "For the last time, I beg you to answer my question, wise man." So he's asking the hermit again to answer his questions once again, as he wanted the answer. So as he was leaving the place, he wanted the hermit to answer his question. At that time, hermit was sowing seeds on the bed, and he requested him to answer the questions. But answer his questions. "So you have already been answered," said the hermit, still bending down to the ground and looking up at the king as he stood before him. "How have I been answered? What do you mean?" So he said that, the hermit said that, "I have already answered it to you, and naturally it has been answered it to you. You have not found out how it has been answered." So the king is very much confused, and he's just asking, "How have I been answered, and what do you mean?" Do you not see? Replied the hermit. Hermit said that, can't you see? If you had not pitied my weakness yesterday and had not dug these beds for me, you would have gone away. Then that man would have attacked you, and you would have wished you had stayed with me. So now he is saying that if you had not pitied on me and you had not stayed here and just dug for me, what would happen? You would have gone outside and you would have been killed by this man. So the most important time when was when you were digging the bed. So he said that the first answer is that the most important time is when you were digging the beds. And I was the most important man, and whom you see here, I was the most important man for you. And to do me good was your most important business. So he said that to do me good was the
Afterwards,
most
when the
important
man ran
business
to
for
us,
you.
the most important time was when you were caring for him. Now, the hermit says that when you were caring for that particular man, and that was the most important time. Because if you had not dressed his wound, he would have died without having made peace with you. So he's saying that he would have died without making peace with you because you were dressing him. That was the most important time. So he was the most important man, and what you did for him was your most important business. So he said that he was the most important man for you, the bearded man, and what you did for him was your most important business. Remember then, there is only one time that is important, and that time is now. Now the hermit says that the time which is most important is now, and the most important time because it is the only time we have any power to act. It is only the time we have the power to act. The most necessary person is the person you are with at a particular moment. The most important person is the person uh, whom we are with at that particular moment, for no one knows what will happen in future. So the future is unpredictable, so that particular moment is the most important. And whether we will meet anyone else, so we will meet anyone else is not predicted. The most important business is to do that person good. So the most important business is to make that person to do good too, because we were sent into this world for that purpose alone. So now he says that the hermit said that we are the ones have been sent by God to do this good to others. Now that was the end of the lesson. 3 questions. Thank you.